If you keep telling yourself that things could not get any worse, you're probably making sure that they don't get any better. Your mind is so powerful, so let's rewire it to work for you and not against you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Joanna M. Cameron. I'm a licensed mental health therapist and I'm an empowerment life coach. And I work with women to give them the power to be, do, and have anything that they desire to be, to help them understand that they can live a life that they design for themselves, a dream for you, a life you've designed for you and not the life that someone else has designed for you. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you 3 ways to understand how you can make things work for you. Let's get rid of thinking that it couldn't get any worse, because it possibly could, but you're in control of that. The first thing I want you to understand is that the way you speak is directly affecting the way you think and the things that you experience. If you're constantly expecting things to go wrong, then that's exactly what you're going to get. Your brain will look for evidence to confirm that belief. So for example, have you ever gotten up on the wrong side of the bed, so to speak, and things just seem to just spiral from the minute you wake up? You wake up with a bad thought, probably because you went to bed with a bad thought, but you wake up with something bad on your mind and already you feel like this is not going to be a good day. You may get out of bed and you may hit your toe on the side of the bed, or you go into the bathroom and now you're out of toothpaste and you totally forgot to buy more. So let me explain to you the science behind why things just continue to spiral. It's the reticular activating system that you have within you. And what it does is it allows your brain to pull and recognize things that are in alignment with what you're focusing on. So if you start focusing on something negative at the beginning of your day, the reticular activating system just continues to draw those things to your attention. It's like it puts it at the forefront of your brain. So now your brain is just recognizing all of the things that are going wrong versus the things that are going right. And so you could use this to your advantage. You could switch it and start focusing on good things only, and the reticular activating system will just attract the good things. So let me give you another practical example. If you've ever purchased a car, or you know somebody who purchased a car, and now all of a sudden all you see is that particular car, the reticular activating system in your brain is recognizing the thing that was at the forefront of your thoughts, the thing that you've noticed or you paid attention to or details about. Now it's drawing that to your attention. It doesn't mean that those cars weren't there before. They've always been there, but you never noticed it because that's not what you were focused on. So it's the same way with your negative thoughts. If you allow your thoughts to focus solely on the good things and the positive things, things you're desiring, things you want, that's what your brain is going to attract to you. So use it to your advantage. It is scientific and it can actually work once you realize that you're actually in control of it. So take control of that reticular activating system and start focusing on the positive. So that's what your brain recognizes and draws to you. Let go of those negative thoughts. The second thing that I want you to be aware of is that the worst case scenario rarely ever even happens. As much as we would like to say, oh my God, it can't get any worse, and we actually start to believe that, how often are you actually finding yourself in a worst case scenario situation? It's probably never. I know that, sometimes when we're in the midst of something and we're going through a struggle, it feels like it just couldn't get any worse and this is the worst case scenario. But in reality, it could get worse. And your worst case scenario, what is it actually? Do you even know what your worst case scenario is? I mean, if you would just allow your brain to go there for a second and think like, what's the worst thing that could happen if things go wrong? 9 times out of 10, your worst case scenario is something that you can actually manage. So when you think it couldn't get any worse, number one, it could get worse, but you can control it and stop it from getting any worse if you catch your thoughts, if you decide to make an intentional shift of what you're thinking and what you're focusing on. So that's what I need you to understand is once you realize you're in control of what you're thinking and what you're attracting to you, and understand that the worst case scenario never even really happens, you'll feel so much more at ease and more at peace by taking control of the situation and knowing that even if it seems a little off, you're still going to be okay. Think about a time where you were really scared to do something. You were taking on a new job and you didn't know anybody in the office, or you were making a move and you just felt really uncomfortable about it. You felt a little nervous, you felt scared, or a big presentation you had to give at work, or train somebody, or be trained by somebody, and you just felt a little out of control. I want you to think back to that. We forget that the things that we were once afraid of are things that we're either living in now, or we got through it because it didn't take place, or we just managed to make it work. So it's either one of the two situations. You made it through, and at one point you were terrified of it. So you probably felt like at the time, could it get any worse? Could I be any more afraid? This is my worst case situation. You probably felt some or all of those things, but look at you now. Look where you are now. Anytime you feel fear about doing something, I want you to stop and think about the time you felt that exact same emotion in the past, because I promise you, if you stop for a minute, you'll realize, oh, I've been here before. I'm familiar with this emotion. I'm familiar with how this feels. I didn't like it. I don't like it now. But I know I can get through it because I made it through it before, and it becomes less intimidating. So that's how you regain your power. That's one of the ways that you can boost yourself into just becoming who you need to be, eliminating that fear and understanding that it could get worse if you allow it to. But we're choosing not to do that. And the reason why I'm sharing all of this with you is to empower you, is to help you to understand that when you're in the midst of your worst case scenario, or you're in the midst of thinking that things couldn't get worse, stop and think, yeah, it could get worse if I allow it to. But because I'm in control of it, it's not going to get any worse than this. I'm going to put a stop to it right now. And that's how powerful you are. If you're struggling with feeling how powerful you are, then go to my link below and join my Dream for You Society membership. It's going to be for women just like you who are struggling to believe how powerful they are. And I'm going to give you all the tools that you need to set boundaries, to put in place those self-care skills, to put yourself first, to understand what it is that you desire in your life, to be, do, and have anything you desire. I was over 40 years old when I started my private therapy practice, when I decided that I wanted to add a whole new career to my life so that I could fly the world and have an amazing time in my life, going to all these amazing new countries as a flight attendant. All of those things scared me. All of those things were intimidating, but I pushed through it because I knew that I had the control and the power to make it work. I had to put the fear aside and go for the things that I knew that I wanted, and I believed that I could have it. Now, was it easy? No, I had to shift some things in my mindset to get to the point of making all those things happen. And you can too. So go to that link and get on the wait list, because the doors are opening in April and I want you to be a part of it. And the third thing that I want to give you when you might be feeling a little fear, you feel like, oh my gosh, could this get any worse? And it's keeping you from being motivated to move forward, is reframe it into motivation. The hesitation that you're feeling, that anxiety that you're feeling, it doesn't have to stop you. You don't have to feel like this is the end. Feel like, oh my gosh, this is the beginning of something amazing. Although I'm feeling a little hesitant about it, although I feel like, oh my gosh, could this feeling that I'm feeling get any worse? As I mentioned, I picked up another career to do something that allowed me the opportunity to travel all over the world. So I became a flight attendant at 44 years old. And every year we have to go through this training. Well, it's every year and a half now, but it started off as every year. But I had to go through this training, and it's a full day, 8 hours. And I just did this on yesterday. But leading up to it, I feel all this anxiety. I feel all of these nerves because it can make or break us. It could be, yes, we get to continue to be flight attendants, or no, you're just not cut out for this job. And because of that, because there's so much writing on it, it causes me to feel so much anxiety. And what I had to remind myself just on yesterday, prior to going to this 8-hour training where we're testing literally all day long, is you can do this. And when you complete this, you're one step closer to having it all. I purposely talked myself out of the fear that I was feeling. And I reminded myself that you've passed this thing every single year before. Even though you're feeling this anxiety, you're going to do this. You've done it before. All the evidence is in your favor to show that you've always been successful at passing this. I thought about all the positive things instead of just focusing on, oh my God, what if I fail? What if I don't pass this? What if I don't get recertified? I had to make a choice. And so that's what I encourage you to do. Take that fear that you're feeling, the thing that's feeling, the thing that you're feeling like, oh gosh, could it get any worse? And think about the opposite. Think about how it could get better, because it's so easy to fall into that mindset of thinking about the worst situation in it and how it couldn't, possibly go well. Well, on the flip side of that, you could choose to just focus on how it could go perfect and all the good things that could come out of that. So that's what I want you to do. You have to make a conscious decision. And the best way to start is before you even get out of bed, start right in the morning and shift your thoughts to only thinking on the positive side, and let go of that urge to just get up and feel like, oh my God, it's going to be the worst day ever. Even if you hate your job, that's another reason why you should join my society, because I can help encourage you to finding the path that's best for you. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to just walk away from your job immediately, but you could find something that fulfills you, just like I did. I decided that I do love doing therapy and running my therapy practice, but I needed balance. I needed something else that would fulfill me. So took a hiatus from therapy, became a flight attendant, and now I'm back to doing both because I found the balance I needed, and I love and enjoy doing both of them. But sometimes we just need help finding that balance. So that's another good reason why you should join. If you're waking up in the morning and you're just laying there dreading that job and not wanting to get up and go to work, there's a reason for that. And I can help you figure out what that reason is and how to get you on the path to finding the passion and joy within. So that's what I have for you today. I want you to take those 3 tips to understanding that it's not the worst that could happen. It could be, but you're in control of changing that and shifting that today. I'm Joanne M. Cameron, and I thank you so much for being here. Let me know how you are with your mindset. If you're having trouble staying focused on the positive and you find yourself falling back into that habit of negativity, give me some comments and let me know how that's working out for you. And if you're ready to change it, I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.